Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play some Vic2 as Brazil. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, doing pretty well. We got 31 industry points, 34 wonderful military points, 31 industry points. No prestige though. But nobody cares about Brazil. Very, very sad for us. There is a war going on over in Europe. The Austro-Prussian Brothers War. Which should, if I'm not mistaken, cause, I think, maybe all three of these German states, and maybe only Saxony, to actually join the Prussian sphere. Once that occurs, Saxony, who is right now in 16th place, will no longer exist. Immediately putting us up the coveted 16th spot and actually making us a secondary power, which is going to be very, very nice for us. Austria, they're definitely going to lose. I mean, they're at war with both Prussia and the Ottoman Empire. That's... They can't win. They can't even win just against Prussia normally. Against the Ottomans as well, it's just not going to happen. But somebody was pointing out that once, long ago, Uruguay, it used to be a part of Brazil. After I think like from 1811 to 1825. So we have a lot of spare infamy. Like, I have not done anything with our infamy quite yet. I think we need to be below 100. So, I mean, this just makes perfect sense. If we're going to spend our infamy on something, it should be on a brand new acquisition, which also makes our borders actually, I think, look quite nice. You're to theoretically, just hypothetically, do a little conquest CB. 154 days. We can easily afford 22 infamy. Like, there's really not going to be too much we're going to be spending infamy on in the long run here, so this makes sense. I was thinking we might as well put an army down south. Yeah, make sure you're only walking along the coast where you can actually afford the supplies. Uruguay, I think, literally doesn't have an army, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Upgrade whatever factories we can. I'm going to... Garupara. What are they making Garupara right now? Explosive factories is nice. In Garupara, they do not make anything. Okay, well then they can have a glass factory. That should be okay. Throw a quick 1,000 pounds into that. And our... yeah, Sao Paulo. We can now build an explosive factory, which we're not gonna do right away. But we'll get it done soon. So we already have 45%. Uruguay has literally no allies. Does anybody even like Uruguay? Most of South America is ambivalent. Argentina hates them, and I mean, we're on good terms. But we'd be even in better terms if they were just a part of our country. So, we're going to split this army in half, just so we can siege this area down a little bit faster. But again, Uruguay, they cannot put up any resistance. It's just not going to happen. So, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Again, nobody's getting any of their goods right now. I'm going to cut down tariffs down to 0%. Hey, Uruguay. Wait, are you friendly with anybody? You're friendly with the British. So we're actually going to save the game just in case we accidentally get involved in a war against the British. Because they're also friendly with us. We're now in 16th place. Would any of you want an alliance? Probably not, right? Minus 94. Minus 134, too many alliances. That's only a negative 50, so they still wouldn't say yes. Let's just see, hypothetically, will the British intervene in this war? They might. Got a 3-stack. I'm hoping that they don't. We're on good terms with you, Britain. We should be friends. Take over Montevideo now. Britain, I mean, like, Britain right now, they're involved in a war against Vietnam and Burma. Are they trying to annex any of those? They're trying to annex Burma. And they're trying to also annex a part of Burma. Okay. So they're a little confused, but that's fine. So if we can end up winning this war before the British are done their war, they definitely should not do anything to intervene. Okay, there's Montevideo fallen. Again, they're never going to say... oh, they're also in the second Opium War. Okay, fantastic. So Britain should be more than distracted. Artillery factory be quite nice. Does the artillery factory need explosives? Yes, they do. Okay. What does the explosive factory need? They need fertilizer and ammunition, which we don't actually have the ammunition factory quite yet, but we should get it soon. And it's just a flat 2% chance of unlocking. So we get the artillery, we get the ammunition factory, explosive factory. We can have a pretty good state. Fantastic drought. Very cool. Okay, Uruguay. In just a mere moment. And by a mere moment, I mean whenever this bar is done filling up. Jackman Rebels, we don't care about that. Can't build any units right now, but I don't think we need to. We're still losing money. Tuberculosis! Oh no. Okay, and that should be, in just a second, a pretty painless war. We brought Uruguay into the fold. I'm actually just going to keep this army permanently stationed in Montevideo for the time being. And look at that! Look at those beautiful, beautiful borders. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, Uruguay's not going to be happy about the acquisition, but look at that! Like, there's a very, very, very small Brazilian population in this single province. So the entire annexation is justified. And look at that! A wonderful, wonderful 11 prestige. They said it could not be done, and yet, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Having a fantastic time. Okay, so we're also going to immediately once again put the reactionaries back in power so that we can get some factories going. We want to build an artillery factory next. What else do we want after that? Textile. I mean, fertilizer would make our explosives better, but I think that's okay. We probably have a fertilizer factory somewhere else we can just build. Actually, what does fertilizer need? I should know this. It needs sulfur. There's no way we produce sulfur in the country, right? Oh, we do. An incredibly, incredibly small amount of sulfur in this state, which is Mato Grosso. Mato Grosso has a population of 69,000. Not a ton, but you know what? I will still 100% throw a I don't have... No, yeah, fertilizer. I'll definitely build a fertilizer here. Like, who else actually has fertilizer? Peru actually has a decent amount. Jamaica has a decent amount. Germany's not doing too bad. A little bit in Russia. Okay. You're losing a little bit of money, but that's fine. Fertilizer factory will be done in a moment. Just because machine parts incredibly expensive. They're not cheap. Because there's like very few, very few in the world right now. A couple of unemployed craftsmen, but that's fine. We'll upgrade factories once again. I don't think there's anything we can really upgrade right now. Another constitutional crisis. Yes, this is what's been happening. We've just been losing 8 prestige due to our freaking constitution. Apparently, it's just not good enough. So we're just never allowed to actually have prestige at any given time. Also, Sao Paulo, you actually need craftsmen like right away. But yeah, let's get that going. Military plans. Farming, inorganic chemistry is not bad. Ideological thought would actually be another national focus. You do want to get that going. And in 1860, we need to get our next research upgrade. It's going to be very important. But I think right now, industrializing is going to be a little bit more important than military tech. I mean, you guys are on Tech 5. Argentina is on Tech... Ooh, they're on Tech 7. You guys are on 8. Okay, maybe we are getting a little bit behind in terms of military. But it's not that bad. We can always catch up fairly easily afterwards. Ammunition factory, but that's what we love to see. Sao Paulo, congratulations. You're going to have another factory here. You also need sulfur, but that's fine. How much of you need? You need steel. You need steel, you need steel. So you know what actually makes sense for us to also throw a steel mill in here? Never mind. Is there already a steel mill? Am I bad at looking at this? Oh, there is already a steel mill. Okay, fantastic. How many people actually live in Sao Paulo? 264,000? I mean, it's not bad. Yes, Korea's 230,000. It's looking good. What else? What other places have? I mean, Rio could use more workers. You guys could also theoretically use more workers. Thing is that every level of the factory holds like 10,000 workers. Which is quite a bit. It's, I think, more than you would expect for a factory here. So you're going to war in the in Indonesia. You're going to war. You want to acquire some territory against Bukhara. Thing is, like, Khiva, Bukhara, Kokand, I'm just going to tell you right now, very soon Russia is just going to march in and take over all your stuff. So, wait, Britain just annexed the southern tip of Vietnam. Okay. Very, very interesting. We do see that the British took over Shanghai and Hong Kong. Interesting, interesting. And I was thinking, like, do we want to potentially get our own colony? Because I was looking at this country in particular. I was looking at Wari. Population of 418,000. And I believe that's just the male population, because if you look at our population here, it's 2.35. However, you look at our total population, it is at about 10 million. So it's about a quarter. Ottomans wants to annex Tunisia. Apparently the Russians are backing Tunisia, which is a little surprising to me, but that's okay. So this is basically a quarter of the male population as our entire country. We could establish protectorate. 15 infamy. Which we could theoretically afford to do without drawing on the wrath of the great powers. Abolition of peonage. You want that as prison. Congratulations. There you go. So I think it makes sense to maybe at least attempt it. They're allied, I think, to Sokoto, which is, I mean, they have 9 units. Think about uncivilized country Victoria 2. They cannot mobilize our army. So we're fairly safe going to war against them. Here's the logistics to even get over there. I mean, probably, right? Like, maybe one of you would give me military access. You would not accept. Are we in the British sphere yet? No, we are not. We will be very, very soon. That might completely break our economy. I'm not too sure yet. It's something that we definitely have to worry about. Okay, expand the railroads down in Uruguay. They didn't have level 1 railroads down there. Not even level 1. If anything, we are coming here to actually improve the lives of those in Uruguay. They apparently could not help themselves. Okay, Argentina, how many units do you guys have? They have 1 division. Which is pretty embarrassing, I would say. But I don't think there's anything, Papal States. The Roman Thaw. Wait, Rome is a republic? Italy is a semi-constitutional monarchy. Okay, so apparently the Pope has been overthrown in Rome, I think. So, not quite what I expected. But Italy formed 1857 is actually very, very early Italian Reformation. They are immediately going to war with Austria and the French. So France wants to release Sicily from you. You both want to actually release Sicily. A little strange, but you know what? Who am I to judge? Okay, match closest +1, which you can use immediately. And I definitely think it's time for us to start upgrading our military right now. If you can just get all the basic, even like the basic 36 tech, I'll be pretty happy with that. What do I want for you? More workers in Rio? I mean, right now, only like 85% of the population of Rio de Janeiro is currently a craftsman. If we can get that up to, you know, like probably like 30% by the end game, I'd be pretty happy. I mean, you're already at 11%. What are your factories looking like here? I mean, they're pretty good. We could go and also get a... Actually, what do you have? You have fruits, you have beef. Okay. Like, if I was just to build a bottling works, you have fruit, boom, there we go. And you already have a glass factory, so that'll make us some decent money here. In North, we could build ourselves a luxury clothes factory, because we already are producing basic clothing here. What is this? It's not silk. Unless it is silk. Wait, what resource is that? It is silk. which I'm sure we don't have. I know India should have some. I thought they would have some. Maybe they don't, actually. India, do you have silk? China has silk. Do we have silk? No. Italy has a little bit. Very small amounts in India. It's basically entirely Chinese. Okay. So it's like we could make those factories. I don't know if it makes sense for us to do that. Rio de Janeiro. Right now, I want them to be making something more than just wine and beer. The thing is, like, every one of your natural resources is just freaking coffee, which isn't used as a product for any factory. Is there anything? I mean, nothing requires no inputs. Anything? What requires very little input? Clothes factory, explosives. We're already making explosives in Sao Paulo. Cannery, what do you need? You need sulfur. What about machine part factory? I think we want a machine part factory. I think we have one maybe somewhere else. We do have in Bahia, which is somehow hemorrhaging money. Somehow. Okay. Peru and Colombia want to go to war with each other. But again, even just producing this machine parts is quite nice. Very happy to see it. I think we want to probably build one in Rio, though, as well. Just because machine parts are usually pretty good. They're going to be important for the entirety of the campaign. So getting that done now, I'm happy to see. So Colombia, you want to go to war. Wait, you want to go to war with Peru? Why Peru? I mean, I guess you do technically border each other. Are we still allied with you? We're not. You're a republic. You want an alliance? You would not accept? Government type-based reluctance, too many alliances. You got Bolivia, Chile, Ecuador, Venezuela. Like, Colombia wants to go to war with Peru, but they have no allies. So there's no way they're actually going to... They're not going to declare war, right? Like, that would be foolish. 7 divisions. No allies. Peru has 2 divisions, but they're allied to Paraguay and Argentina. Not that Argentina and Paraguay can maybe even get to Peru, because they'd have to get through either us, which I would not allow, or through Bolivia. Bolivia really likes Argentina, so they probably actually would allow those units through. Laissez-faire. Laissez-faire is just absolute garbage. Do not get laissez-faire in Victoria 2. It is not what you want. What do you need in this army down here? Probably 1 cavalry and an artillery piece. We'll go with 1 and get a hussar. This 33 stack. I mean, right now, I think where they're at is more than okay. Full citizenship is usually the best option here. So Sicily declared its independence. They are in the French sphere. Italy has annexed Rome. They got a lot of territorial claims against the Austrians. And I mean, they could just invade Sicily again. Whenever France gets distracted in some war, I'm sure Italy will be on day 1 invade Sicily. We'll see how long their independence actually lasts for. You actually didn't even take Saxony. How the hell did that not happen? I mean, Saxony's now in 11th place. But I would not be surprised if... Yeah, like 2 small German states. They're both secondary powers, which is pretty impressive. Argentina wants military access. Oh, they did go to war. I'm going to say no to you, Argentina, because I don't like you. I mean, this is a humiliation war. You know, Colombia, I'll give you military access. Why not? Thing is, Argentina probably can get military access through Bolivia. So they can move their units through here. Paraguay, I also don't like you very much, so I'm not going to allow your units to enter my country either. I mean, there probably is something to the validity of just letting all of our neighbors just kill each other. But I don't think I want to do that. At least not yet. Let's just put it that way. Maybe in the future, but not quite right now. Okay, muscle rifle's almost done. Let's then go for iron loader artillery. Because again, we need to catch up. I mean, Chile's on level 8. Peru, we're gonna say no to you as well. 32 stack from Colombia is pretty impressive, actually. They are probably mobilizing our army. They are. Peru, Paraguay, and Argentina are all doing the same thing as well. Bolivia. Who's Paraguay allied to? They're allied to Chile and Peru. Not that I really need to attack them for anything. We're not really making a lot of money right now. Thing is, like, our education is cranked. We could cut that down a little bit. But I think more education is more research points. And that's important. By the way, are we in the British sphere yet? Surprisingly, no. They're down to 23.9. I guess they spend their power on something. Maybe they spend their power on banning the French. For some reason, I'm not too sure, to be quite honest with you. But I do think for at least the moment, it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Anthnwam. If you enjoyed, remember to thumbs up. Not enjoying, click thumbs down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.